One of the best things that you can do to establish yourself as a solid freelancer and make sure your business works and that you're not always spending time working on your business is have the right systems. First, my name is Henry Bingaman. I've been freelancing since 2008. In the beginning, I got so frustrated I almost quit. Then I learned the secrets and strategies that make high income freelancing possible, and I eventually built my income up to over $1 million in a year. Today, in addition to freelancing, I make videos like these to help current and aspiring freelancers make more money and enjoy their lives more. Now, I first learned about systems from my first mentor, Mark Ford. Mark Ford helped build the $1 billion Agora empire. And Mark likes to throw back some cocktails at night and talk about how he built his business. So one of the things he taught me very early on was the 80-15-5 rule. 80% of your business should be systematized. 15 should be testing those systems, testing different ways of doing things. And then 5% is innovation. So the vast majority of your business should be based on systems. Simple, repeatable, you know what you're getting, you know they're stable, you know they work. 15% test and 5% innovation. Now, POSIWID, a famous phrase from Stafford Beer, one of the great computer systems analysis, and it means the purpose of a system is what it does. So whether or not you think it should be doing something else, the purpose of the system is what it does. And so when you're designing a system or thinking about using a system, you want to start with the end in mind. So when we're thinking about our business systems, the main thing to think about really is, do you want to maximize that system for increased profits, increased money, or do you maximize it for increased time, increased freedom? If you don't start with that end in mind, you might have a client getting system that you say, I want to maximize for money, yet all you get are cheapskate clients. Well, the purpose of the system you have set up is getting cheapskate clients. If you're not getting the results you want, it is the fault of the system that you designed, so you need to change it. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Yet that's how a lot of freelance businesses operate. So how do you design your systems? The easy way is just steal somebody else's system. If there's a system out there that's working, these things are not patentable, they're not copyright. A business system is just a process of doing things. It's a step-by-step order of operations of processes that you know work. So steal somebody else's, and then that 80-15-5, the 15% is testing on that, just small tweaks around the edges. The 5% is radical innovations, so it would be trying something totally off the wall. If your client system is entirely through live networking events, the 5% would be try an ad campaign. Totally off the wall, totally different. You don't want to devote a lot of time or money to it, but it's something worth testing because that can be something that radically transforms your business and becomes a huge part of the 80%, but it has grown your business a ton in the process. You don't want to overcomplicate these systems. You don't want a 42-step system for anything you do. It's way too much. Nassim Taleb quote, which Nassim Taleb's a crazy person, but he's also a genius. The more complex the system is, the more likely it is to fail. So one of the things that you're doing when you're designing a system, when you're innovating on your system, is try removing steps or try simplifying steps. Get that down to the simplest thing that works. The more complexity you put into it, it looks fancy, the spreadsheet looks great, your 42-step success formula, it sounds sexy, but in reality, when you're really out there doing the business, it's way too complicated and you're going to fail at some point, and then you're not going to know which of those 42 steps failed. It could be step 37 that ruins the whole thing, and you don't know which because you have 41 other things you have to test before you find that one thing that's not working. So when you're doing systems, keep them as simple as possible. Here's a couple ways that this can look. This is the LinkedIn sales system. So I use LinkedIn Sales Navigator, $99 a month, but it lets you search all of LinkedIn for the exact category of client that you want. So I need a client working at a company that's doing $10 million to $20 million a year, and I want to find the exact person in the sales management position, and then I'll generate a list of those. So then you have a list of those, it'll be 100 of them. You can sort through them, just click, save them in a tab, send 10 connection requests a week. If they accept your connection request, go in their inbox and message them immediately with an offer. So an offer of a free report is like, hey, your business does this. I think this gift would be perfect for you. Can I email it to you? It's something that's of value to them instantly. So you spend an hour once a week getting your 10 connection requests in and following up with that gift. Then you put on that autoresponder, follow the email. CTA on that is always book a call, and then you go to the sales call, and then you send them a proposal. It's just 7 steps. It's not complicated. And you'll be able to tell where the system isn't working because it'll fail at one step along the way. There's not 42 steps, and you don't know if it was 37 or 22 where they fell off. It's either you're not identifying the right prospects because they're not accepting connection requests. So if they're not accepting the connection requests, you know that step is broken. You got to fix what you're doing there. Maybe the gift you're offering them isn't enticing enough for them to say yes to get them on your email list. If you get them on your email list, but none of them ever book, even after 3 or 4 months, well, your emails suck. That's the broken link. The book a call is hard. That one almost never is broken unless you're saying book a sales call with me so I can sell you a $15,000 package. There's stupid things you can say that will ruin the sale. But if it's, hey, let's book an exploration call and talk about your situation, that almost always works for people that are somewhat interested in you. These systems are not static. These are examples of how the system starts out or how it could look. But when you have a system, you want to start optimizing it to make sure you're getting everything out of it. And that's where the steady business growth comes from. The explosive business growth comes from the 5% of I tried something radically different. It normally fails, but when it works, it adds so much to your business that it's incredible. It's all these little things that you're just testing these little systems, but you want to get the system right and then innovate it. This system's slowing down down a little bit, or it's not working as well as it used to. Let's try something new to get it back up. Or here's an opportunity for growth. Now, while that's true, there are a few mistakes that you can make that will kill your shot at landing the clients in the first place, which is why I put together a free checklist. It's the 7 messaging mistakes that stop clients from hiring you. Just run through this quick checklist when you're talking to prospects, and you'll end up with a ton more clients. You can grab it at henrybing.co/7mm. Again, the link is in the description. All right, guys, catch you in the next one.